Cornette has got a company meeting and somebody is getting fired. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here with another TNA review. It's Impact from the 29th of June. Cornette is going to give his best Vince McMahon impersonation. You're fired. But you know what? Nobody does McMahon like Vincent Kennedy McMahon, damn it.
And that fat piggy bastard James Cornette sure as hell can. But I don't mind Jim Cornette.
I mean, did have a couple of digs at WWE and Triple H, didn't he?
Marry the boss's daughter, the son-in-law. Throw away the title like it's hot potato.
Yeah,
Pretty
anyway.
rich though when you can fucking Jeff Jarrett, I'll say that.
My world, my world. So we get the Impact opener. Christian comes out. He's not happy. He wants to talk to Sting face to face. Calls out Sting. Says, Sting, if you're a man, come down and meet me. Christian thinks that Sting not only, screwed him at the title at the pay-per-view, but he thinks that Sting is trying to go behind his back and get the title shot. He thinks that's why Sting was talking with Cornette. Sting then calls Christian Jeff Jarrett. And he said he thought he was coming out to talk to Christian Cage, not Jeff Jarrett. Christian says, am I wearing white pants or do I look like a jackass? Sting says, at the moment you do. Sting says that Christian just needs to shut up and let him do the talking because he didn't go to Cornette to get a world title match. He went to Cornette because he wants to get his hands on Jarrett. Says that Christian is cracking under the pressure. He's wanted by many people and that's making him crack. He's second guessing. And one man he shouldn't be second guessing is Sting, because Sting is here for the bigger picture, not the world title. They've got a bigger problem, and that is Jeff Jarrett. Sting thinks that Jeff Jarrett's basically a cancer, and he wants to get rid of him in TNA. So what Sting was speaking to Cornette about was a tag team match for next week. It's going to be Christian and Sting taking on Jarrett and Steiner. Christian then gets asked by Sting, is that the light bulb now going off in your head? Christian says he gets it, and next week on Impact, it's going to be Showtime.
Showtime! Not quite Eric Young, but it's Sting. Oh, I say not quite Eric Young. Sting surpasses Eric Young, absolutely. But tell you what, man, Christian wearing the white pants. I mean, he's basically wearing the boys in the striped pajamas attire, isn't he? Christian, there's not an ounce of meat on this guy. Do you think he's just got this metabolism where he just can't grow muscle mass? Because seeing you see him in there, we're like, well, I mean, what age is Sting at this point? 46, 47?
He wasn't wearing white pants. He said, am I wearing white pants in a reference to Jeff Jarrett because he wears white pants?
That's what I'm on about. Aye, Christian's out there with the white shirt on and the fucking black jeans.
You said white pants.
Well, that's what I meant the white shirt. Well, I mean, I'm not questioning his leg day, but I'm questioning his fucking arm day. And see with TNA though, I feel like around this point, well not around this point, just TNA in general, they always put off the match to next week, don't they? And I get it, it's taped, but I don't think there's ever been a big match in the history of us watching this TNA from all the beginning back in the 1st of October 2005. They always next week.
True, but you know what? I would say that the show's first of all only an hour, and I do think the shows are pretty packed with what you're getting, and they're good. It's not like they put off It's not like they put off matches for next week. Well, the current week's got absolutely nothing on it.
Although there is sometimes the diamonds in the rough. Sometimes they take up the show.
Well, they're getting paid, so I guess they need to have a match sometimes, don't they?
They're getting paid. Everybody's getting paid in wrestling. Doesn't stop us
so you need to
burying them.
Yeah, but they're hardly not going to use diamonds in the rough, are they? Because you'd rather see a Sting match.
They fucking should.
Sting, you gotta wrestle full time every week, buddy.
Sting is the diamond and they are the shite.
Right, we go backstage. Jeremy Borash is with Jeff Jarrett and Steiner. Steiner wants to know from Sting what's it like to go into a match knowing you can't win. I mean, really, Steiner?
Yeah,
Sting will beat you. Like
he said that about Joe, didn't he? He kind of it's like the same old rhetoric to a degree.
He says,
"You can't beat me, you Twinkie."
Steiner then says that Sting shouldn't have picked a partner from Canada. He says that people in Ethiopia have better muscle tone than Christian. I got a cheap pop for me.
That was a good line there for Scott Steiner. I mean, he's bang on the money though.
Jarrett says Cornette gave him 7 days to think, and he's going to come to that decision. But yeah, just basically Jeff Jarrett. The reign of terror, it's not really over yet. Jeff Jarrett's still going, isn't he? He's still there.
I think it just shows you how far wrestling's fallen though when Christian was considered an Ethiopian.
Oh,
when he's not that... I mean, he's tall.
Yeah, Jarrett thinks that he's going to be crowned the champion. He says Cornette has to crown him champion. And Steiner then closes by saying, "Hey, Samoa Joe, you learn your lesson yet, boy." Obviously,
Fat bastard.
last week he cost Joe the X Division title. Right, up next, got Team Canada, Petey Williams and Eric Young with Scott D'Amore, A1, and Bobby Roode versus Chris Sabin and Jay Lethal. So
Kevin Nash is gonna love this one.
Yeah, I didn't quite get this. I mean, Kevin Nash supposedly was going to love what happened this week.
Yeah.
But Team Canada versus Chris Sabin.
I'm sure he's sitting there counting his millions, man. Fucking loving it.
Yeah, Williams goes for the Canadian Destroyer, nails it, gets the win. Not surprising, back when the Canadian Destroyer was protected and no one kicked out of it, so yeah.
It was a good manoeuvre, great manoeuvre.
We then get Monty Brown. Well, we got Shane Douglas training the Naturals, just don't care, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't understand this.
Do not care.
No, Shane.
You know what? I'll be This guy says that. Did he not basically say it was his. Not dying. Who's he putting over? What wrestler was he put? Chris Candido?
He basically. He
Did he
swore
not say
on Chris Candido's life. Not his life, but his legacy that he would get these guys the belts.
I don't see these guys winning the belts when you've got. America's Most Wanted, Team 3D, and the emerging LAX coming into the scene. I'll be surprised if these guys become champions.
At what point does he just go on his hands and knees to the writer and go, right, I fucked up. You just need to give them the belts.
do it overseas. UK tour. One night only, buddy.
That bloody shed they had a show in. I remember that. I think it might have been the back end of 2005. That show they had, in a shed. The ring, no. Fucking Raven and all. Raven against Jeff Jarrett.
Sure this wasn't a game?
No, it wasn't a game.
It
looked as bad as a game.
Alright, we then get Monty Brown versus Norman Smiley, and Monty Brown wins easy. Surprise. Norman Smiley just doesn't look like he belongs in this era.
No, he doesn't. He's outstayed his welcome by a decade at this point.
We then get America's Most Wanted with Gail Kim versus Team 3D. Brother Runt comes down to even up the numbers since it was 3-on-2. Gail Kim gets hit with the hockey stick. Full fucking pelt, by the way, from Brother Runt.
I'll tell you what.
I guess when you're Brother Runt, you got to lay it in, but I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't know if Gail Kim was selling or legitimately hurt, but
it was a mighty swing for the wee man.
Yeah,
he's almost working the part-time schedule, Brother Runt. Seems like he takes off weeks at a time.
Yeah, brother. Maybe they can't afford to pay him. I don't know.
That's it. Brother Runt's expensive.
Maybe Brother Runt's got a Hulk Hogan contract. Then we see America's Most Wanted to get a bit bloodied, and we got a table set up, and they go for the weapon at the end. They've got the beer bottle, and they've got the trash can. They don't know which one is going to hit Devon. Devon ducks. Storm gets hit with the trash can, then Harris gets put through the table with the 3D. Bang, bang. They win. And then we get the James Gang come out. They talk about the 6-man tag, and they talk about family being their third member. And I thought we were getting Bullet Bob. I really did.
Again.
But instead, we get Abyss. They name the monster. I don't know how he's family in any way.
I almost thought it could have been X-Pac.
Yeah, it could have been X-Pac, but doesn't really turn out to be that. It's Abyss. He beats up the 3 Dudleys, and then Spike Brother Runt goes for the Dudley dog, and Abyss just tosses him over the top rope through the table on the outside.
God, he's dead.
He's got a family. I mean, good wee spot there, decent wee match. Right, then we go to the first ever company meeting. Everybody's out here. I mean, pretty much everybody. And then Cornette makes some decisions. He says that LAX, they talk about being discriminated against. Well, they're going to start working, or they ain't going to get paid. They're going to be fired. So we're going to see LAX in action now. They're not just going to be sitting up at the Latin American announce table. They're going to have to get in the ring.
Collecting your pesos, they say.
We're going to mow some lawns, buddy. Then he says that Team Canada are done. He calls D'Amore Butterball, and Team Canada is going to be disbanded. Not sure why, but, I mean, that's it. He then addresses AMW's request for a rematch of the tag titles. He's going to make it a 6-man tag. But Gail Kim's going to be in it. And the Amazon-looking woman, who could be a man. So it could be a 5-man tag plus Gail Kim. I don't really know.
Tell you what, I think it is a man.
We've seen America's Most Wanted versus Styles and Daniels before. The matches have been good. I understand why they're doing this match, but it's like, I don't know. I think I'd rather just see a gimmick stipulation with just the two tag teams.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this period's better for mixed tag team wrestling, but I don't think there was a period where it was ever great, was there?
Well, I don't know. I just don't think this big person on Daniels and AJ's team can fucking work a lick, but we'll see.
We'll have to wait and see, but...
We'll see what happens. Then Cornette, he calls El Hebner to the ring. He calls Larry Zbyszko and Jarrett to the ring. Cornette says that him and Hebner have been friends for 20 years and that the rest should have credibility and respect. Cornette says that Hebner has his hand in somebody's pockets because of what he did at Slammiversary. He's fired! And Young is freaking out. Young's celebrating because he thought he was getting fired. So Eric Young literally, doing like Fortnite celebration dances on the outside. Cornette's been fired. He can't quite believe it. But Cornette says he's sick of hearing about Montreal and he's not letting it go any further. I mean, he's a crooked ref, isn't he?
He is a crooked ref at this point, but I mean, 9 years since Montreal. It just shows how big Montreal's screw job was. They're even still going on it in a different company at this stage.
Yeah, Cornette then asks Larry if he's willing to perform any task he's required to do, because that's what his contract says. And if Larry Zbyszko isn't going to jump through hoops for Cornette, then he'll be fired. Cornette mentions that Larry's contract allows him to be booked in wrestling matches, and he understands that there's a wrestler that he doesn't like, and that being Raven. He said he's a bit sensitive about the comb-over hair he has. Cornette announces Larry Zbyszko versus Raven, hair versus hair match at Victory Road. Larry Zbyszko walks away, not happy, but what can he do? Because Cornette's the man in charge, and I guess we're going to get an ending to Larry Zbyszko Raven. Don't know if this was the plan all along, but yeah. If Triple H was running this shit, people would say it was long-term booking and he was cooking. So,
long-term booking and cooking. But yeah, this has literally been going on for years. This should...
well, it may have started in 05, like, so, yeah, maybe it is going on yet. But you know what? I think it's good that Larry Zbyszko and Raven is actually going to come to an end and it's not just like fizzled out.
And we're actually getting to see Larry Zbyszko in action here.
I tell you what, this company meeting is tying up a lot of loose ends.
And you know what? It needs done more often in wrestling.
Yeah, so it does feel like the next pay-per-view is coming together and things are making sense and getting wrapped up. I don't know why Team Canada just got disbanded though. That's probably the only thing I was a bit confused. I'm not.
Is that the end of them? I think it will be.
Well, he says it is.
No, he did, but I can't recall Team Canada post like 2007, and I know we're nowhere near that yet, but can't see. I think that is it.
Right, then Cornette talks about the world title. He said he doesn't like the idea of giving away titles. He jokes about certain other promotions giving titles to their son-in-laws. I mean, we dig there at WWE there. We dig? Big dig.
Big nose of a dig.
Cornette says that Jarrett did win the match, but they don't want Jarrett to be champion. The TNA fans don't want Jarrett. He doesn't deserve to be champion. And I mean, it was a screw job basically with El Hebner out there and Zbyszko and all that. So Cornette says begrudgingly he will give Jarrett the belt. Jarrett celebrates, but don't celebrate too much because there will be a 4-way match at Victory Road. The 4 men in this match will be Christian, Sting, Scott Steiner, and Samoa Joe. And whoever wins this will become number 1 contender, and they will get their shot against Jeff Jarrett. I don't understand why Cornette thinks he's getting one up here on Jeff Jarrett, because he's giving Jarrett the belt back, and Jarrett would have to defend it sooner or later anyway.
Yeah.
All Jarrett is doing is defending the belt against whoever wins this match. This is not unfair on Jarrett. Jarrett's came out of this smelling the roses. And I just don't understand why Cornette felt like this Fatal 4-Way was his gotcha moment, because you'd need to crown a number 1 contender anyway.
It's almost like he's put him in a Fatal 5-Way with the other 4.
I think that would have been better.
Yeah, that would have been better, and it's almost like he feels like it sounded like he did, but he didn't. Because you're right, it's like he's going to have to, he has to defend the belt at some point.
Yeah, the fans don't like this. They're booing. They're throwing shit into the ring. So, yeah, pretty much they don't like it. And then Sting and Christian, they come into the ring. Steiner's in there. They get a bit of a brawl going. Steiner gets knocked to the outside. And then Samoa Joe is behind Steiner and he locks him into the coquina clutch. And he chokes out Steiner as the show goes off the air. Jarrett got beat down by Sting and Christian. So, next week we've got the tag match. Victory Road, we've got the Fatal 4-Way. But I mean, what's Jarrett doing at Victory Road then? Has he got the night off?
Yeah, again, it looks like Cornette's favouring him. It's I don't know. I think Jim Cornette spoke for a long time here, put a lot of stuff in motion, tied up a lot of loose ends, and then when it came to the thing that mattered most, they kind of tied his shoes together and fell over.
Yeah, so rating time, I don't know, it was a bit of a strange one. The opening promo with Christian and Sting was alright, but it wasn't fantastic. The tag team match with Team Canada, didn't care for it. We didn't even get an appearance from Nash, which was disappointing. Oh, Nash is going to love this. I loved it that much that he wasn't even watching it. You know,
Is that a botch or what?
I don't know.
It's got to be something.
Monty Brown versus Norman Smiley. I mean, really, we're supposed to care about this. LAX, we didn't really get anything from other than the wee address from Cornette. America's Most Wanted versus Team 3D was alright, and then I did enjoy the Cornette company meeting. I think it helped, tie a lot of things together and close a few things out. So that's it. But I thought it was decent. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Again, I like the company meeting, and I think wrestling needs it. There needs to be this sense of control and authority in a company, man. This actual living bubble organism. And for far too long in modern wrestling, there's just that disconnect.
What I think we really need is a Christian heel turn. He doesn't suit being a face.
I agree. And
His best work comes as a heel.
He's a tweener. You know, yeah, Christian is like the Miz. They suit being chicken shit heels.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. 5.5 out of 10, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.